Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. My name is Marissa, and I'm so glad that you are here with me today. In this video, I actually was playing around with a recipe, something that I had seen, I think on Pinterest, and I thought, well, I've got some ingredients and I'm going to go for it. So I am making for dinner on this evening sheet pan quesadillas. I actually wasn't sure if it was something that I would be sharing here on YouTube because, when you try new recipes or you just come up with something off the top of your head, it's not always a win. However, these turned out so good. It was quick, it was easy, and it was delicious. So I'm taking these 8-inch flour tortillas and I am going to spread them around on the bottom of my pan. I have parchment paper down. I did that for easy cleanup, but it actually served another purpose that you will see here in just a little bit. So I'm just going to layer these around the pan so that they are leaning over the outer parts of the edges of the pan, and then cover the bottom, and because we are going to be closing this up. And then I'm going to take some of my home canned chicken. When I can chicken, I get the skinless, boneless chicken breast, and I just chop it up into probably 1 to 2 inch size pieces. I add just a little bit of salt and just a little bit of chicken bouillon, and then I just can it, and it is so good. So good, and so easy. I actually can a lot of chicken because we eat a lot of chicken, and it's just, it's super easy grab and go, something to eat. So I am just using my wooden spoon, and as I pour the chicken out of the jar, I'm just trying to shred it up just a little bit, and I'm going to get that all over the bottom for the bottom layer. The only thing that I think I would do different next time if I make this is, or when I make this, there's no if, I will be making it again. But when I do, I'm going to do a bottom layer of cheese. It didn't mess anything up. It didn't really, I just think it'd be better to, because the last layer I put on is cheese. And so I just think the first and the last, hug everything up with cheese is always a good thing. So I'm going to make sure I don't have any big clumps and just have this chicken shredded and evenly dispersed on the bottom of the pan. And then I'm going to take a jar, it's a pint jar of my home canned pinto beans. Now when I do my beans, I will typically add salt, pepper, and minced onion, and it's very good flavor. So I'm going to take the beans, and I'm not going to drain the liquid out of it. And the reason for that is, if I wanted to make like the thick texture of what normal refried beans are, like what you get out of a can, then I would drain the liquid off of it. But that, I just wasn't in the mood to try to fight spreading that thick bean over the chicken. And so I just poured juice and all into this bowl, and I'm going to use the immersion blender to blend it up, and it's very runny, and it actually was quite perfect. So if you don't care for the texture of it, or if you're wanting the thicker texture, then drain the liquid off of it, but I didn't. So I'm going to get this nice and blended. It's going to become very liquidy. But before I put this bean on the chicken, I am going to get some taco seasoning. It's my home blended taco seasoning, and sprinkle that over the chicken. And then I'm going to pour the bean mixture over all of that. And you'll see how easy it pours. It doesn't, I don't know. To me, it was just a really good texture. It was an accident, not something I did on purpose, but glad that I did because I actually preferred pouring it this way. See how easy it is to just evenly spread it over the chicken? You don't have to worry about the mess of trying to spread the thick stuff. I don't know. I just thought it was a good idea. It was an accidental good idea. So now I am going to take some of the homemade salsa that I made. It's the hot salsa. It's actually, I think it was called Zesty. I can't remember, Zesty salsa or something. I got it out of the Ball canning cookbook, and this batch of salsa are ingredients that came from my garden. Yay! And so this was really good. I think actually this salsa was the reason that this turned out as good as it did. That salsa just made it great. And so then I'm going to sprinkle some shredded cheddar cheese and some shredded queso cheese. And you can use any kind of cheese you like, but this is what I like. I actually use sharp cheddar in pretty much everything I cook that calls for cheese. I just like the sharpness of the cheddar. So we're going to get the cheese on the top, and then I'm going to fold over the tops of the tortillas so that everything is closed up. I do put 3 tortillas in the middle on top because when you close it over, they don't, end to end, they don't meet up. So this helps keep everything sealed inside of the flour tortillas. So you're going to see me struggle a little bit at the beginning of folding this. Fold in your longer layers first, and then those 2 on the end, do those last. It just is a lot easier that way. And then once I get this finally closed up, I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil over the top, and that just helps with the browning, and it gets nice and crispy. Now, if you don't like a crispier quesadilla, then I would not, um, well, I mean, either way, you're going to get a little bit of a crisp. Maybe not cook it as long as I did. I like mine good and crispy. My husband does not. And actually, this turned out pretty good because, well, you'll see here in a minute. I had baked it at 375 and it had been in there for maybe 10 minutes, and the top had gotten real crispy. Perfect, just the way I like it. But the bottom was not. So I was going to try to flip it over, and that little spatula just wasn't going to cut it. So the second use for my parchment paper, just flipped it right on over, and easy peasy. I didn't need to put any olive oil on this because some had already dripped down and it had seeped its way under there. So then I'm going to put this in for another maybe 5 minutes, and it comes out nice and crispy on top as well. When I turn this off the pan, I put it onto a cutting board, but next time I will put it on a cooling rack. It just keeps the airflow underneath and keeps it crispy on the bottom as well. So when I say, this was the best of both worlds for my husband and I, the top stayed crispy, the bottom did not, but it wasn't mushy or anything like that. It was still very, very good. I think I ended up cutting this into 8 slices, and it's actually quite thick and quite filling. So I hope that you guys will give this a try. Like I said, I was very surprised at how good it was. I was fully prepared for it to be a flop and not something I would show on YouTube. But oh my goodness, I was just so thrilled. And if you want to have a little bit of queso and chips on the side, pour a little bit of that queso cheese on top. Like I said, this was just really, 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 really good, and it'll definitely be in the rotation for dinners at my house. So if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe and see more of the videos that are put up on this channel. I do cooking, cleaning, canning, all kinds of different things, and we have a good time. I think you're getting ready. I'm telling my husband, oh my goodness, this is so good. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and until next time, I will see you later. Bye.